Welcome back, good people. I'm Elena from Financialdemics, where I give you the tips and tools to manage your money, increase your savings and your income, and decrease your debt. And today we're talking about 20 ways you can save more money. So if you're looking to get your money right and build a strong financial foundation, then make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss another one of my uploads. If you've been a follower for a while, you know that I am big on saving money. Personally, I think it's just one of those foundational things you need when you are managing your finances correctly. And so I'm going to give you some more tips on saving money because I'm always asked additional ways in which people can save money. And so I realized I hadn't talked about this on here. So this is all for y'all. So when it comes to saving money, you actually need to determine how much you want to save because you need a goal so you know where you're trying to go. But once you have set that goal, go ahead and apply these tips. So the first thing I'm going to mention is you need a budget. How do you know how much you can actually save if you don't know what's going out and what's coming in? And if you're not really sure how to budget, then download my budget template below. The second thing that you can do is reduce your grocery budget. That's one of the things that always can fluctuate just depending on what's going on in your household. So a few ways you can actually reduce your grocery budget is by meal planning, by shopping from your pantry, shopping only the sale items, or even buying from low-cost grocery stores like Aldi. You can also buy generic for some of your items. I'm not going to tell you to go completely generic because even I can't go completely generic, but truthfully, some of those generic items taste better than the name brand item anyway. So you can kind of figure out which items that you can go generic on and then find a good balance there so you can actually save some money. The third way is by canceling some of those subscriptions and memberships. Are you really using all of those subscriptions? I'm telling you, once we get used to something automatically running on our account and we're used to it being there, we just typically let it run. But if you're not really using it, then why are you paying for it? I myself just canceled a subscription that I realized I hadn't used in months. It was just running on my account every month. I knew it was running, and the next month I kept saying I was going to use it. I didn't use it. So evaluate what you're actually using and cancel the ones that you're not. The fourth way is negotiate your bills, especially those larger ones like cable and internet, your insurance, whether that's auto and home, or even like your cell phone. If you've been a customer for a long time, they may be willing to actually work out a deal with you. And you could call them and say something like, "Hi, I've been a loyal customer for over 13 years. I've noticed that my bill keeps increasing more and more, and I've done a little bit of research, and I'm paying considerably more than some of the other options that are out there. I would really like to remain a customer since I've been one for 13 years. Is there any way you can offer me some type of promotional discount?" Look, all they can say is no. And if they say no, then you can decide if you want to leave. But personally, I don't want to do business with someone who doesn't value my loyalty. So find somebody cheaper. Reduce the amount of times that you're eating out each week. So I'm not going to tell you to completely give up eating out because I just really don't feel that that is realistic. And for some, that is their little extra that they do for them. But you can reduce the number of times that you're actually eating out. But if you actually reduce the amount of times that you're eating out and save the difference, you will actually see a lot of growth in your savings account. So let's break it down for a second. Let's say that you eat out twice a day on at least Saturday and Sunday, and each meal was $10. So that was $20 a day and $40 for those 2 days. If you spent $40 on food at the grocery store, and I mean food that you actually cook, not prepackaged, you should at least have 2 different meals for at least 4 days. And I'm just speaking as one person. I'm not speaking if you have a family, you're gonna have to spend more. But if you look at that, you will be able to actually save some money by eating at home a little more often. The sixth way that you could save money is by doing no spend days. So, no spend days are days where you do not spend extra money on the stuff that you are spending on a regular. So this is not talking about like if you need groceries or a need or something like that. But eating out could be in a no spend day. If you like to go to Target, then you shouldn't go to Target on your no spend day. You shouldn't order from Amazon on your no spend day. Unless, like I said, it's a need, because there's certain things you can need on Amazon. But on your no spend days, you're just not spending money on what I call the extracurriculars, like the stuff you do not need, your wants. And you could turn your no spend days into no spend weeks or no spend months and actually save that money and see how much you save. I've done a no spend week before. I used to save a good amount of money during that time. Now, the tip with the no spend days is you cannot leave the money in your checking account. You have to move that money over to savings or you're going to eventually spend it. All right, the seventh way you can save more money is by selling those items you don't use or you don't want. So, I know you have stuff that you don't use and you don't want. We all do. And so it's a good time to clean that stuff out, post it on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and get rid of it. You will be happy to declutter and you'll actually feel good because now you have more space and you'll have a little bit of money in your savings. The eighth way is to save automatically. So if you are not new here, then you know that I believe in saving automatically. It is the easiest way to build your savings account because you don't have to think about it. It doesn't put you involved. You set it up once and you keep going. And when you save automatically, what you end up realizing, especially if you're not touching your money, because you're not supposed to, unless you actually need it, is that you'll actually save more money than you ever thought you could save. And if you struggle with saving automatically, then I will link 2 automatic savings apps below, Digit and Qapital, for you to check out and see if they can help you. All right, so the ninth way that you can actually save more money is actually by buying used or refurbished items. You can go to like thrift stores to buy clothing. You don't always have to buy like the newest electronic. You can wait a little bit and you can actually get the refurbished version. And truthfully, the refurbished version is not something that's like, oh, I don't want that. It's like not working properly. There was something that maybe failed on it. It was sent back to the manufacturer, fixed, and typically they have like a better warranty than buying that electronic brand new. So if you're looking to save more money and you need to buy something, then look to buy thrifted or refurbished. All right, the 10th way to save more money is to unsubscribe from those email lists. You know what I'm talking about. You get an email with a really great sale. You say you're not going to buy, but you go anyway to the site. And then, oops, you accidentally bought something because it was too good of a deal to miss out on. Unsubscribe for the list. Then you won't know about the sales, and that's more money that you can deflect towards your savings instead of spending it on items. The 11th way that you can save more money is by pretending you didn't get that raise. So what you're supposed to do here is automatically set up for that raise to go to your savings and continue to live off of the money that you were already making. The 12th way is by buying your staples in bulk. This is for the items you always buy, like toilet paper, dish detergent, trash bags, even laundry detergent. you know you're going to need them. So these are the items you want to go ahead and pick up in bulk. It saves you so much more money, and then you're also not buying them as often. The next way is to pay off your debt. And I know you're thinking, like, what does debt have to do with savings? But if you ever look at the interest on the debt you pay, you are paying more money than you actually borrowed in the first place. So if you focus on paying off your debt, then there'll be more money that actually stays in your household that you can put towards your savings. The 14th way is to activate the 24-hour rule. So I have a 24-hour rule for major purchases, but you still may need to apply that to, your smaller random purchases also. And so if I really want something and it's over a certain threshold, so let's say in this case, maybe it's over $50, then I have to activate the 24-hour rule. So I will wait to actually purchase that item and think on it for 24 hours. So this is not for something that you've been thinking about, you've been saving towards. This is something that you see in the store randomly. You're like, ooh, I want to get that. Think about it for 24 hours. And if you're still thinking about it and you actually have the money, then the next day go and get it. A lot of times what you'll realize is that you think about it and you're just like, yeah, I don't feel like going back and getting it. Or if it's there the next time I go, I'll get it, which sometimes it won't be there. So you'll realize you really don't want it as bad as you wanted it in that moment. So try that rule. The 15th way is to eliminate paper products. So you know what I'm talking about, like paper plates, paper towels, cups, bowls, utensils, those items, especially if you already have dishes. Stop buying those items unless you are having like people over or something like that. Those items cost a lot of money. I'm sure you have noticed. And that's money you can actually put towards your savings. And it'll be okay if you have to wash a little bit of dishes. I'm not a fan of washing dishes either, but you don't want to waste your money on the small things, and that will give you extra money to save. And speaking of disposables, gotta skip the bottled water too. If you are big on bottled water, you can actually just buy you a couple of water bottles and fill them up to drink on all day instead of buying disposable water bottles. 17th way is to try savings challenges. Savings challenges are great ways to help you build up your savings and to keep you on track towards your goal. So I actually have a savings challenge called the Boost Your Bank Challenge, which will help you save $100 in a week. I'll link it below. So check that out if you're looking to boost your bank. So I mentioned these earlier, but I'm going to mention them again. Use a savings app. Savings apps like Capital and Digit just really make it easy for you to save. They actually monitor your spending to see when you have extra money available, and then they will go ahead and, I call it swipe, but they'll go ahead and move that money out of your checking account to your savings with them. And that savings account is FDIC insured up to $250,000, just like your brick and mortar bank. And they will basically save that money for you so that you are not in control of when you actually save money. What I think is great about these two apps is that when I have them running, I do not even think about it. And then sometimes they'll tell me my balance, like I'll ask for my balance, and I can't believe it saved that much money in such a short period of time because I wasn't really like spending the money anyway. You just have money in your account and you're not using it. So it's a great thing to have. Now, both of these apps have a monthly fee. They both start out around like $2.99 and $3. So Digits $2.99, Capital is $3 every single month. But I think that is a small fee to pay if you are not saving anyway. So again, I will have the link to both of them below. And let me know if you want me to do a formal review on those two apps. Okay, the 19th way is to really monitor your electric bill. Your electric bill is one of those things that can get out of order real quick. So, a few ways that you can bring down your electric bill is by using natural light during the day. If you have, good light that comes into your place of residence, then make sure you're like opening your curtains or your blinds or whatever you have so the natural light is coming in instead of using the actual lighting that you have. Also, you can take stock of your small appliances, and if they are plugged in, unplug them and make it a habit to unplug them after you use them. Electronic items still have a small charge when they're actually plugged in. So even if you have it off, it's still sitting a charge, which can run up your bill. And I know you might be scared somebody might call you cheap, but they're not paying your bill. So unplug those items when you're not using them and then plug them up when you're using them. And you will see a difference in your electric bill. Another thing to keep in mind with your electric bill is if you're actually, own your home, then look into a programmable thermostat, because that will allow for you to have your heating and air to come on and go off depending on when you're home instead of running at the same temperature all day even though you're not there. And so that will help you actually save money also, because you can program it to not really come on when you're not home and then start coming on right before you get home so that the temperature will be the way you want it to be once you get into your house. The 20th way you can save more money is by actually tracking your spending. By tracking your spending, you can see where you're spending your money and what you are wasting your money on. I can tell you that I waste about a cool $25 a month, but that's okay. It comes from my fun money account. But if I didn't have a savings plan and I was looking for a way to save more money, then I could actually use that $25 to put towards my savings goal. So in the comments below, let me know which tip you are going to implement so that you can save more money. And if this video was helpful for you, please make sure you hit that like button, share it with your friends so they can save more money too. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my latest uploads. And I'll see you next time with an all new video.